Good YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to you with that instant playoff basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on there forever. Of course, we're going to talk about how the New York Knicks beat the Atlanta Hawks 113 to 102. The Hawks ended up losing the first quarter 30 to 24, but won the second quarter 31 to 27. Then the Knicks won the third quarter 26 to 19, and the fourth quarter 30 to 28. The Hawks, let's talk about them first. Onyeka Okongwu played 37 minutes, had 19 points. He found a way to get good looks all game. Was able to get some shots near the basket and was able to go 4 or 6 from 3 and 6 and 9 from the field and 3 or 4 from the free throw line. He did get 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and a block. He had one offensive board, 4 personal fouls, and was a minus 12. And plus minus just good court awareness, good shot selection from him. Just understanding where the defense is going, where they're not trying to go, and what they're trying to do. And then trying to find a way to exploit that by getting open and getting good looks and just knocking them down. Then probably really wanted a little bit more from him defensively, but he never really been a great defender in the painted area or even on the perimeter. He's solid, so I guess you just have to take it because that's what you knew you had anyway, and you didn't upgrade it. Jalen Johnson played 39 minutes. He had 23 points. He was able to get some jump shots from the mid range to go, even some bank ones, and he was able to hit some threes. And then he was able to get all the way to the basket. That's just how he plays. He likes to handle the ball and attack quickly and use his size to be able to score as good as he can. He's not the greatest shooter. He's not the greatest floor spacer, but he can make a shots from there. That's just his game as it is right now. He went 8 of 19 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He had 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 3 personal fouls, and a minus 3 and plus minus. You just want to take away his quick advantages. If he can find a way to get open or he can find a way to get a comfortable look, he's going to take it quickly and he's not even going to hesitate. That's his strength, knowing how to use his speed, athleticism, size, and touch to his a high level of advantages. And I feel like the Knicks made him see some bodies, made him get touched, but other than that, he still took some good looks throughout the game. And it's going to happen. He's a great player. He just understands how to read the floor. CJ ended up leading them in scoring, 34 minutes, 26 points. He went 11 of 20 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3, 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Of course, you know, he can hit the 3, he can hit the mid-range, he can drive. He's just a good ball handler and just a good scorer. He did make some mistakes in this one. He finished with 5 turnovers. That was the most on the team. When you have the ball in your hands a lot and you're trying to pick and choose what you want to do, sometimes you can trip yourself, and the defense can help you do that too. And then he had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 2 personal fouls, and was a minus 9 and plus minus. Nikhil ended up playing a good game. He knew what he was trying to do throughout the game. He might not been as efficient as you liked, but somebody had to take some shots, and he has some iffy shot selection, but he also can back it up from time to time. Not so much in this one. 39 minutes, 17.6 to 17 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. He did have 1 rebound and 4 assists and a turnover, 1 block, 1 personal foul, was a minus 9 and plus minus. Dyson Daniels played 36 minutes. He ended up being the only starter to not score in double figures in points, but it ain't really a surprise. He doesn't really try to take too many shots anyway, and he did finish with 4. That's probably too low, but he also went 2 of 7 from the field and 0 of 2 from 3. So he had some looks to where he thought he was going to make it or he was in position to make it, and he still flat out missed them. But he can be that way even if it's close to the basket, even if it's open from 3. He can miss those type of shots, and he ain't going to take too many of them anyway. He did have 9 boards. He's a good rebounder for his position. He proved that again today. And since everybody was moving and everybody was doing what they were supposed to do off ball, and he was able to find them, he finished with 11 assists, and that's high for him. But he was able to do it really easily, honestly, in this game against the Knicks. That's a good thing if you're looking at that. For how other things that they didn't do well in this one, that was a highlight of the night. Then he had 2 turnovers, which is low for 36 minutes, and as much as he had the ball in his hands, and 3 steals, and that was game high for the Hawks. And he can do that. He's one of the better thieves in the league, and it was a good night for him there too. one offensive rebound, two personal fouls, and a -3 and plus minus. And then Jonathan Kaminga didn't have the game that he probably wanted to or the team thought that he could have. He played the most minutes off the bench, which was 27. He did have the most points off the bench also with 8. But he went 3 of 7 from the field and 0 of 2 from 3, which isn't terrible. But obviously, you want him to be able to make the easy ones and the open ones. And he couldn't really do that enough. In this one, he went 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist, no turnovers, one offensive rebound, two personal fouls, and a -7 and plus minus. We always knew he was a good rebounder for his position. Muhammad played 11 minutes. He had 3 points. He went 1 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from three, and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Of course, he had some open looks. He couldn't really make them. It sucks, but that's how it can be. 3 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers, and a steal. He had 2 offensive boards, and he finished with 5 personal fouls, which is a crazy amount in 11 minutes, which he ended up playing. But that's just the night that he ended up having. He was a +1 and plus minus. Zachary Ricochet played 2 minutes, so he couldn't really do much, but he had an opportunity to because he went 0 of 3 from the field, missed every look that he had, and they wasn't even bad looks. He just flat out blew them. He did have 4 boards, which was tied for the most off the bench, and that's a good amount in 2 minutes of playing time. And then he had no turnovers, 2 offensive rebounds out of the 4, one personal foul, and was a -5 and plus minus. And then Gabe Vincent, 15 minutes, 2 points. He made his 2 pointer, but missed his only 3, so he finished 1 of 2 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3. He had 1 rebound, ended up having 2 assists off the bench, which was the most from any player. He also had 1 turnover, which was the most in the steal, which was tied for the most with Muhammad Gay. He also had his rebound be only offensive, and then he had a personal foul and was a -8 and plus minus. And then you look at the New York Knicks. Every person that played for them ended up scoring in double figures in the starting lineup. OG Anunoby, 38 minutes. He had 18 points. He went 6 of 9 from the field, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Kept finding ways to get open, and he just kept getting good looks, and they couldn't really stop it. They really wasn't ready for a lot of them, so he got a good chance of making them, and he did. He did have 8 rebounds, no turnovers, and a steal, 3 personal fouls, and a +9 and plus minus. Karl-Anthony Towns was able to hit some threes. He was able to get to the free throw line way too many times, which was 10, and then he made every single free throw. So he went 10 of 10 from the free throw line, had some wide open threes. He went 3 of 4 from 3, 6 of 13 from the field because he was able to get all the way to the basket and finish some layups. And then he had 8 boards, 4 assists, 5 turnovers, which is too many, but he can do that. He can be a little slow and a little sloppy with the ball. And you're going against some of the best players in the world, so they're going to make it difficult and try to go for steals if they can. But he also had 1 steal and 3 blocks, and he always get in foul trouble, it seems like, even in important games, and this was no different. And then he had 2 offensive boards and was a +3 and plus minus. And you look at Josh Hart, he did a good job of getting to the rim. He played 37 minutes, had 11 points. He finished 4 of 8 from the field. He missed his only 3 and went 3 of 4 from the free throw line. But he also had a double-double because he had 14 boards. That was game high. He had 5 assists as well, which is something that he made a thing to do every single game. If he doesn't have a look, keep the ball moving and find an open guy or somebody that's trying to get open. He had 2 turnovers and 3 steals. That was the most for the Knicks. And then he had 2 personal fouls and was a +4 and plus minus. And then Mikal Bridges was just trying to score fast and quick whenever he got a good look. He went 1 of 4 from 3, which isn't good, but I guess you have to take it. And he went 5 of 9 from the field, just good looks all night from him. Even the threes was good looks. And he finished 5 of 9 from the field. He had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 personal foul, was a +4 and plus minus. Jalen Brunson played the most. Um, well, not the most. He ended up having the most points. He ended up having 28 in 36 minutes. He really had that mid-range going. It was just crazy how he was able to just stand in front of somebody and just shoot right over and shoot right in their face. And if he wasn't doing that, he was going 3 or 4 from 3, shooting them in their face that way too. And then he finished 7 of 8 from the free throw line. It's hard to stop him. He's strong, he's fast, he's quick, he has good handle, he has a way to attack you. He's never gonna let you off the hook. And it just makes him one of the better offensive players in the league. Although he wasn't as efficient as you would like, it's also hard for him to do it at his height and his size, but he gets it done. He did have 7 assists. He's giving up the ball faster and quicker, which is showing you that he trusts and respects his teammates a lot. And you can't really blame him. He's been playing with a lot of these guys for a while. 5 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 personal foul, 1 offensive board, and a +5. And plus minus, Mitchell Robinson played 15 minutes. He had 3 points. He made his only shot, missed 3 free throws, so he finished 1 of 4 from the free throw line. He had the most rebounds off the bench, which is nothing new because he ended up having 4 boards. He had 1 assist, no turnovers, and 2 blocks. That was the most off the bench. He had 1 personal foul and was a +5 and plus minus. Jordan Clarkson provided his scoring punch. 11 minutes, 8 points. He went 4 of 6 from the field, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers, 2 offensive boards, which was all of his rebounds, 4 personal fouls. It was a +9 and plus minus. That's a lot of fouls in 11 minutes. Landry Shamet made a 3, missed the rest of them. So he finished 1 of 5 from 3. Then he missed his only 2-pointer, 2, which made him finish 1 of 6 from the field. And he finished with 3 points because of that. And then he had 1 rebound, 1 assist, no turnovers. His rebound was offensive. 3 personal was a +4 and plus minus. I didn't really have a problem with his shot selection. I liked basically every shot that he took. He just couldn't get him to go down. And then Miles McBride went to a 4 from 3. He comes in for that reason. But he also went 2 of 6 from the field, meaning that he missed his other 2 pointers that he took. So he finished with 6 since he made 2 3 pointers. Then he had 1 rebound, 2 assists. 2 assists was the most off the bench, and he had a turnover, 4 personal fouls, and was a +12 and plus minus. And then he also played the most minutes off the bench, which was those 21. And then you look at the shots from the field. 80 taken by the Knicks, they shot 48%, 44% for the Hawks. They took 87 of them. They took 7 more shots than the Knicks. 25 3-pointers taken by the Knicks, they shot 48%. 37 taken by the Hawks, they shot 38% from 3. And then 30 free throws taken by the Knicks. That really helped them stay ahead because they made 83% of them, while the Hawks took 19 free throws and they only made 63% of them. They missed a lot of them, and then they gave up too many anyway. And then 45 rebounds for the Knicks, 40 for the Hawks, and then 22 assists for the Knicks, 25 for the Hawks, 11 turnovers for the Knicks, 12 for the Hawks, 7 steals for the Knicks, 5 for the Hawks, and then 5 blocks for the Knicks, 3 for the Hawks, and then 6 offensive rebounds for the New York Knicks, 8 for the Hawks, and then 39 defense rebounds for the Knicks, 32 for the Hawks, and 24 personal fouls for the Knicks, 21 for the Hawks. So it's a good night for the Knicks. They was happy that they was able to get the win. They should have. They was a better team. Their best players stepped up when it mattered and when they needed them the most, which we knew was going to be a good chance of happening. We knew that Jalen Brunson was going to have his hands all over this game. We didn't know what Towns was going to do. He ended up having a good one, a really dominant one in some instances of the game. And those moments that came, he was ready to knock down shots and make plays, and it ended up working out for them. And that's what they wanted him for. That's what they felt like he can do for them with Brunson. And then you look at guys like OG just stepping up and making shots and finding ways to make things hard on the perimeter players of the Hawks. Same with Josh Hart and Mikal. Like, these guys are athletes. These guys are physical. These guys are tough to score on. And even though the Hawks did figure it out from time to time, it wasn't enough to help them stay in the game to be able to win this one. So the Knicks are the better team. The Knicks have a more complete team. They are a deeper team, in my personal opinion, as well. It's just they have to continue to shoot the 3 ball at a high level. They didn't take a lot of them in this game, but they also shot above average. You could probably can see that one not happening, the next game. But if they can do it again, you ain't gonna be mad about it. But that seems a little unrealistic to shoot 48% from 3. And then the Hawks, they gotta let their guard down a little bit because 30 free throws are just too many to give up against any team, especially if you're trying to beat them. You have to fix that problem in the next game. And then, of course, Brunson and Town, they're going to get theirs. They're going to do their thing. You just have to make sure everybody else don't have the type of night that they had, which is getting good and open looks and moving the ball to make sure guys got open looks. You try to take theirs away. You got to stay near guys. You have to stay focused on not making everything look too easy for them to even find. You got to take away that or go play in the passing lanes or you're just gonna have to stay neck to neck with guys and make sure they don't get open. So they had a lot of flaws and a lot of mental errors and breakdowns. And this one, you can't really like the way that the Hawks defended. You know, you can't really like the way they ran their offense. And this one, too many settles, too many contested shots. That I guess you can say we like them. We took them all year, but at the same time, you have to take the best shots available. You ain't really been getting good ones. You've been getting okay shots, and that makes it tougher for you to knock them down. That makes it tougher for you to be able to do it against a team that has length and mobility to be able to get to you and contest them before you let them fly. So I know they feel like we took some good looks. We liked the game that we played. We was in it a lot. We had a chance a lot of the times to get the lead and keep the lead, but it never really happened enough for them to be able to win or come close enough to get the win or take the lead. So these are small little things that they can do to make game two and throughout the series more competitive. And if it's more competitive, that means you got a better chance of winning. A better chance of winning means you can extend the series. If you extend the series, you have a chance to win it since they trailing already since they lost game one. So these are things I watched and seen. These are things that they have to fix and clean up and plug up. And if they don't, it can be over quicker than they want. If they do, this series can go to a situation to where they possibly can win it. Some people like the Hawks and feel like they can be a good threat to the Knicks. I didn't see it. I don't believe so. But all you can do is give your best and make sure you're ready and ready to execute whatever y'all need to do to make it the best series that y'all can make it and see if y'all can win it by the end of it. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell to get the analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis.